Hello and welcome to the show. Well, after last time racing the Nascar around a wet oval circuit, I was rather curious as to how one would fare in a silly car build, because you can actually get a lot more power out of these cars than what they come with standard. So when we go to the upgrade shop, you can do an engine swap. You see the current Nascar engine, if you like, 725 horsepower, 450 foot-pounds of torque, is considerably less powerful than the old one, the engine that I swapped into a fair few vehicles. This one, 825 horsepower, and this is all from standard. The normal car can't have any upgrades. There's nothing you can do to the engine, so we're going to swap it. 825 horsepower to start with, but we know with the restrictors taken off, this will get up to 1,000. Tyres, well, it already comes on racing tyres. There are drag tyres available for it, but we're not going to be doing that. We can upgrade the tyre widths. Front tyres, 335s. That is up there with the Bentley Continental GT. That is about the only other car I see with this larger tyres on the, or certainly car. I think some of the SUVs might have got similar size, but anyway, yeah, crazy front tyres, 335s on the rear as well. So big tyres all round. Should hopefully, fingers crossed, give us enough grip to deal with the circuit. We will save some weight from the driveline. I'm guessing there's probably not going to be very much that can be done in here, and sure enough there isn't. We will go for some upgraded brakes, saves a little bit of weight and should increase or improve our braking. We can go for a weight reduction. It takes out £450, which is not too bad. Puts the car down to 2,830. The NASCAR is almost up into P class now, which is not bad going, really. For this, and with the restrictors taken off, this is where we get the most power possible out of the car. 994 horsepower, 783 torque, a car just over 2,800 pounds. That is a lot of power in not too much weight. The PI is relatively high. I'm hoping, I know as weird thing as this is to say, I'm hoping that means we might actually have some half-decent handling around the circuit. Could it get near the Veyron? I don't know about that, but it should be pretty damn quick. Now, of course, to test out Toyota, we have come to the Virginia International Raceway, where it will have 5 laps around the Patriot alternate circuit in an attempt to go as fast as possible. Our current leader is the Veyron SS with a lap time 107.2. Will this car be able to challenge that? Well, we're not going to have the traction. That much is for sure. It's not too bad though. Certainly once we're in third gear, I can be flat out, and we are going pretty quickly. Also, it's kind of at the there we go. Calm down, car. I was about to say it's at the weight where, oh no, bad things are happening with the NASCAR. It's at that weight where it's not too much to cause the car sort of reduced acceleration. It is enough though to stop it getting affected horrendously by the bumps. The run up towards turn 1, we have seen many a car have some big issues. Now first gear is not going to work around there, that much is for sure. Probably have to not go any lower than second. Oh, left it a little too late. Oh, now the back end is very much letting go. We should be okay, yeah, surviving the bumps up towards turn 1. We should be pretty quick getting up to speed down towards turn 1. Now 197 is the speed the Veyron got to. Admittedly, it didn't stop for the first corner when doing that. I was really trying to get that car to 200 miles an hour. The NASCAR 182 miles an hour. The brakes are so good in this car. I was not quite expecting it to get stopped. That's impressive from the vehicle. So we can push it quite late under braking for this first corner. I've got to remember, first gear is, while this car does have much longer gear ratios than some other vehicles because, well, it's only got 4 gears, first gear is still going to be pretty useless, I think, around around this circuit. It's just spinning its wheels too much. Second gear is still going to spin a fair amount, but we will probably keep it. There we go. Yeah, that works. That works better. It's actually a remarkably composed vehicle here. It still wants to slide, sure, but it's not too terrible at all. Right, let's try and get it. Now, turning as well is, that's not too bad whatsoever. Now, we have the run towards the line for this first flying lap. It's a good opening gambit from the NASCAR. How late dare we brake? After the first line of cones? Still, that's quite early. This might be the most impressive car we've had trying to get slowed down for that first corner. I really wasn't expecting. I know I have got upgraded tyre widths. We've got the upgraded brakes and so on. I was not expecting it though to quite get us stopped as well as it does into that first corner. That is highly impressive. Oh, I pushed my luck. Oh, we clipped the barrier. Clipped the barrier. Flaps came up. And, well, we're in a little bit of stuck. There we go, we're fine. We're fine. He didn't even leave a dent on the car, so that's alright. Yeah. It was inevitable, really, that at some point I was going to push something too hard down there, trying to carry speed. It is a technical circuit, this one, especially the opening corners. It does widen out towards the end of the lap, but the first few corners are incredibly nasty. It's a very low speed change of direction, very narrow part of the track, and it's caught out most vehicles. But I say, this does not feel any worse than the other cars that have gone around here when it comes to navigating some of the nasty bits of this track. 184 miles an hour this time around. Later on the brakes, yeah, that's pretty much where we've got to try and get the car stopped from. Though it's not an ideal line through these first few corners. Oh, we had a very big slide on the way out. Okay, we can do better. We can definitely do better than that. I know where the braking point is, though, for the first corner as we head our way downhill. Fortunately, I've managed to knock the sign out of the way. It's on the track, but it's too far across the other side to really affect me. The signs are actually surprisingly vicious when it comes to ruining laps around here. Even in a big, heavy NASCAR, they can be a pain. Right, I'm trying to be neat and carry speed through these corners as best I can, because if we can get everything... This lap is a little compromised because I was slightly shonky in a couple of corners. However, if we can get everything right on this final lap, this could be mighty quick. A 108.1. Can we find some more time? We should be able to as we head on to this final lap for the Camry. Now try and be neater, much better through these first few corners. Still all about trying to be neat and tidy as I can through here, not get any wheel spin. I'm surprised actually, I thought I was going to gain a little bit more in the way of time through there. Now avoid the sign. I've knocked that one there though, out into the road. That is slightly irritating. We're going to have wheels across the grass and across the puddles. However, we are cleanly done through there. Now, can we make some time through this final sector? Don't run too wide. Wheel on the curb through there as I try to get on the power as soon as I can. We've got to get that front end turned in, and then it is just the run towards the line for the NASCAR. A bit of wheel spin as we head up towards the finish line. Oh, it's done it! It's beaten the Veyron. That was a mega final lap. That was a good final lap. I am pleased with that one. This is not that bad whatsoever, a car. This is really not that bad around this circuit with 1,000 horsepower. It is remarkably controllable. The brakes are incredible. You get slowed down so well into that first corner. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot as a racing vehicle. Of course, the likes of the braking helped by the big weight reduction, the massive tyres and upgraded brakes, etc. from what a standard stock car would have, but it's still not bad going. Yes, this is, a race car, and the leaderboard is well, been all road cars except for the benchmark Maserati. However, I was curious to see how the NASCAR would do, and the answer is very, very well. As Toyota goes to the top of the table, it is by 0.2 of a second that it beats the Bugatti Veyron. Well, the Veyron's reign was not very long lasted here. Yeah, this is a surprisingly easy car to drive quickly in the rain. An odd thing to say, most definitely. However, I am kind of glad, really. But there we go. An impressive time, most definitely, from the NASCAR. Now, though, it is time to see just how quick this vehicle will go in a straight line. And that, of course, means bringing the car to Le Mans. Now, the NASCAR does have a fair amount of horsepower. The gears may be problematic, possibly, trying to set this all up. Also, how are we doing aero? It seems like a fair amount of downforce on here. That might go away to explaining the car's relatively decent performance around the track. Okay, so took downforce off and we lost 0.2 of a mile an hour. I'm wondering if this car actually requires a certain amount. Oh, there we go, that's better. I was going to say, I wonder if it needed a certain amount of downforce for speed. I wouldn't think it should, but some cars do. This one, no, it was just the gear ratios were too short from standard. Ignore the graph is useless, I've found, from this series. Ignore whatever the graph says. Just go with the actual benchmark. Much more useful. Right, we are likely to be quite slow getting off the... I love how 0 to 60 is 4 seconds, but the 0 to 100 is 6. So it goes from... Yeah, that's... that is some impressive acceleration. It's just that the gears are going to be so long, it's not going to get off the line. It doesn't do too badly, actually. A lot of the time is wasted with wheel spin, getting the car off the line. But never mind. Alright, how will we handle, after such an impressive display at the wet circuit, I would imagine it would handle pretty well through here. And, oh, I've overcooked it. That was my fault. That was completely my fault. I may have carried a bit too much speed into there. Oh, come on now, car. Oh, dear. Oh, okay, we're getting a little bit twitchy. There we go. We're happy again. Are we happy? Sure? We're good? Right. Yeah, I can't expect him to be able to spin the car around a little bit easier. Or I could spin it around very easily. Probably didn't really want to stop spinning around. Yeah, back end is a little livelier. Most definitely. When you are... with that removing the downforce and being slightly braver because I'm on a dry circuit, and this car was none too happy about getting around those corners with the back end in check, but never mind. We are on to the Le Mans Straight as it catapults its way up to 190 miles an hour. That gets to 190 about the same speed that the Veyron does. It's, what, 300 and something horsepower down on the Veyron, but it gets up to the 190 mark at around about the same time. However, we are starting to run out of acceleration as we plummet down towards the end of this straight, 236 miles an hour. Come on, can we get a couple more out of you? 238. I would quite like 240, but I'm not sure we're quite going to be able to do it. 239 anymore? Oh, we're about to come to the corner. We should be pretty damn smooth around there. Only lost 2 miles an hour in the turn. 237. Does go ever so fractionally downhill here, but it's not going to be enough for the NASCAR. Shame. Whew. It's quick. Is a quick car in a straight line, as you would expect. More impressively, though, is how composed it is. How composed it is coming towards the bumps around the kink. It was absolutely nothing. It just didn't phase the car whatsoever. That is, I think, mighty impressive, really, for this vehicle. Yeah, it's done very well. It's done very well indeed in this testing, as we do some celebratory... It does donuts very well. It does donuts very, very well indeed. Its speed, well, it'll put the car into 16th place. It beats the Honda S2000, the Charger Hellcat, the Lancia Stratos. It is a fraction down on the Porsche 356, and it loses out to the Ford GT, Dodge Daytona, that Bentley Continental GT is a few miles an hour faster than the Nascar as well. And it is designed to go fast. It's designed to go sort of 200 miles an hour plus, but not quite designed to be ultimate speed running cars at the end of the day. And this one does seem to have, although they do have a fair amount of downforce now, so I think that might be killing our speed a little bit. And of course we don't have the 1,300 horsepower that we got from the Veyron either inside this car. But yeah, there we go. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.